take a little bit of a nature hike. We're going to investigate the new Marsh Boardwalk at Presqu'ile Provincial Park. They've been raising money for this over the last few years. The old boardwalk, of course, was decrepit and fell apart. They tore it down and now they've built a whole new one. So we get to go check it out today with new viewing platforms and all sorts of things to see. So now, let's go. This is the first viewing platform. It's a 2-level platform here at Presqu'ile's Boardwalk. And it's made out of regular wood and recycled plastics by the look of it. So we're going to do a little checking out of that information on the recycled materials that they've obviously used. But as you can see, it's a beautiful view here, and we get a chance to get a whole oversight of the marsh that's just located off the Fingers here at Presqu'ile. So here we're going to take a moment just to talk about a little bit of the succession that happens in a wetland. This is a marsh because it's on the edge of a large water body. Just beyond these reeds there's a section where there's a channel of flowing water. Here we can see most of the plants that have played large roles in filling in this wetland. First, of course, the open water, then aquatic plants come in. Then, of course, our favorite cattails come in. Today we have the female part of the cattail where the seeds are going to, and they will overwinter like this, and then in the spring, of course, float away and make more cattails. But this would have had male flowers, these would have been female flowers, and the pollination would have cross-occurred between plants. But that's cattail. Cattail is really good at absorbing a lot of water and filling in a wetland. And then come grasses and sedges, and bulrushes can be found as well. But you can see some grasses down in here. We can see some tall fescue growing here as well, and filling in this wetland slowly over time. Alright, so cattails are something that people just absolutely love. They have a lot of wilderness values as well. If you're ever out traveling around, you can actually eat the roots of cattails and they actually taste like potato. You can use this fluff to start fires as well as insulate your clothing. Try not to get it in your eyes though, it can cause some distress and pain there. But we have here at the Presqu'ile Marsh a narrow leaf cattail. You can see that the leaves themselves are half the width of what you would normally expect to see on a cattail. So we have narrow leaf cattail here, and it can get fairly tall. So we are getting at the halfway point of the Presqu'ile Boardwalk. It's beautiful out here today. We're at a whopping 1 degree in the sunshine. I've decided to bring along a couple of family members today. Have my brother-in-law and my sister, Tara and Tom, and they're enjoying the spectacular view here at the halfway point of the Presqu'ile Boardwalk. And if we take a quick pan around, we will see the viewing platform we're heading to, just over here. And then, of course, the viewing platform we came from. Well, you visit a marsh, you want to keep your eyes open for the signs of various animals and things that you might get to see, or at least proof that there are animals here, because half the time people don't get to see them. So here we're not going to see a lot because we are the first week of December, but as I pan out, you can see some of the trails that are left behind where animals have traveled in and out of this water. It was cold last night, so the pond is frozen, but we could expect that deer, muskrats, and beavers could be using this, as well as a number of other. Reached my favorite part of the boardwalk. This is a place where sometimes in the summer they'll have Meet the Naturalist or the Marsh Cart in the past, where the naturalist of the park will come out and will share information about the marsh and the creatures here and other things that you may not always get to see. But of course, the viewing platform as well, we'll get a view from the top, but it is beautiful here just beside a very old tree. But this platform will take you and give you a great view. So I'm going to go up now and we'll get a view from the top. It's a very beautiful view, and if we take a look around, we can see most of the marsh. And I've got, of course, my sister and Tom here. What do we see, guys?
Red osier.
The dogwood, the shrubs people like to use for ornamental purposes. What else, Tom?
Beaver dam.
Yeah, that little beaver dam just back there under the bridge. Swans.
Swans way out there, you can see them.
On their migration route. You'd think it was scripted. That's the whole point. Tripper Girl is not scripted. You can see in the summertime they use this section of the boardwalk for programming and access to the marsh directly. So if you're ever here in the summer, it will give you a chance to stop in and maybe take in one of the marsh programs with one of the park naturalists, and they have lots to share with you. It's very cool and interesting information. I'm a little biased on that though. Now as we leave the boardwalk of Presqu'ile, we enter into a cedar marsh or cedar swamp area. It's one of the fingers and part of the trail system that comes out into the Presqu'ile marsh. We'll have a little more on how this marsh was actually formed later. One of the main trees that grows here in the sand dunes of Presqu'ile is called the cottonwood. The eastern cottonwood tree is designed to grow very quickly in a very short period of time because it aids in the succession of holding the sand still. Now here in front of me you can see we have an old tree. A lot of the bark has fallen off. This tree was only about park. We've taken time to look at the Marsh Boardwalk, but the park itself has a much wider range of history. There's a large amount of shipping history, smugglers, as well as early cottagers and recreation. So when you're wandering around the park, you see sometimes scenes like this where there's a little lane that takes you off into the forest. So don't be afraid. Well, that's our episode for today. Thanks for joining us at with Tripper Girl at Presqu'ile Provincial Park in the Marsh Boardwalk.
It's got all the elements, hammocks and hike, room for rebellion, nudity like words without meaning. We've given them none, friends bound for destruction, not fearing the sun. With our beautiful trees bending down to a shore, finding time in the day to ask who would want more. Bring out the sunscreen or bring on the sin as soft summer air embraces your skin. Oh, nothing's on purpose, it all falls in place as we're getting used to this new island pace. Oh, I'm restless with ocean, I'm hearing him speak. It's strange what can happen in only a week. Well, I'm focused on seeing things